good morning, how's it going?
Yeah, very well. We've just watched the clip of See the Moon, who streaked away on the stand side by 11 lengths. Mightily impressive, but did he beat a lot on that day?
To be honest with you, a lot of people have said, you can't take that form with too much sort of influence because of it was a German derby, but my opinion before the race was it was a very good renewal, and to be honest, I'm going to keep that opinion until I'm sort of proven otherwise. The horse that finished fifth was a horse called World Chief. He come fourth in the French derby. So, I mean, assuming that he's run somewhere near the level he ran in the French derby, then what See the Moon has done there is very, very special. The horse in second, who we'll talk about in more detail, Lucky Line, won the German 2000 Guineas. To me, I don't think it was as good a race as I thought it was before the race, but I still think it's a very strong race. And I think it could just prove to be that See the Moon is exceptional. That's my view anyway.
11 lengths is no mean feat, Ryan. Two questions really that I'd like to maybe get your answer in a nutshell. If See the Moon was racing in the King George today, would he have a chance? And secondly, does he have a big claim for the Arc?
If he was in this King George, I don't think there'd be a penny to my name that didn't have a See the Moon voucher next to it. I think it's quite simply have won the King George, no questions asked. For the Arc, the one concern with the Arc is the ground. If it turned up soft, I'd be quite worried. But I mean, if it's a good ground Arc, then I think of the older horses, trying to give him sort of £9, I think would be very, very tricky.
Okay, but with the dam side by Monsoon, is there no chance that he'll deal with cutting the ground, Ryan?
Well, I mean, there is a chance he'd deal with it, but I think he's got such a nice action that he really, really does complement good ground. And, See the Moon so far, See the Star so far, his produce have shown a real liking for quick ground. I'm not saying he wouldn't go on softer ground, but I think he wouldn't be as good as he would be on better ground, would be my sort of angle on that. But I mean, the dam side, she was unraced, but she was a full sister to likes of Chaparelli, sort of Salmon, and a really nice horse called Ellie Danzig.
Yes. Well, the breeding really, Ryan, is quite exceptional. And Gustav Stud have done really wonders to bring this colt around, and I must say, it does look a good thing for the Arc. You do think it is a good thing for the Arc if the ground's good then, yes?
Personally, yes. I just can't imagine a horse being able to give him £9. That's my simple view. Okay,
and obviously See the Moon, the one that was behind See the Moon, 11 lengths in front, was Lucky Line, which runs in Sunday's Group 1. Lucky Line runs in the Group 1 at Munich, 1 mile 2, Ryan. Of course, Noble Mission does as well. He looks head and shoulders above the rest, but can you enlighten us on some of those German runners?
Yeah, to be honest, actually, Lucky Line is a horse I quite like. Before he ran in the Derby, I thought he had absolutely no chance of staying the trip. And it turns out I think he did get home well enough. And he has been known to be a little bit headstrong, but he seems to be a lot better in the Derby. So hopefully that sort of a tendency he's going out of. If there was a sort of condition that I'd run him in, I would love to have him over 10 furlongs on decent ground, which looks likely to be what he'll get on Sunday at Munich. So, to be honest with you, I actually quite like Lucky Line. I think he's a very good horse. And this is by no means a give me to Noble Mission. I think Lucky Line will certainly be one that will be pressing him. He travels very nicely through his races, and he's got a really good sort of cruising speed, and he's able to quicken off of that. So, I mean, if he's able to stay within distance of Noble Mission, as we've seen sort of in the Curragh and stuff like that, Noble Mission does tend to get a little bit lazy and a little bit sort of, he wanders a bit in the closing stages. And if Lucky Line's close enough, there's no way that Noble Mission will get away with doing that.
Okay, and what about the Hamburg Trophy with Andre de Vries on board, Bermuda Reef?
Yes, it's a horse that the Shogun team have always thought an awful lot of. And to be honest, as a 3-year-old, it never showed anywhere near the ability they thought he had. So far this year, it's won 3 starts. It started off in quite a lowly race at Baden-Baden, but he's progressed when enlisted in the Group 3. He's got an exceptional pedigree. He's by Oasis Dream. The dam is Borgia, who won the German Derby. She was placed in an Arc. So it's a lovely pedigree. He's a bit of a lazy horse. He travels really nicely for his races. He hits the front and then he sort of stops almost. So he's one of them. I don't think we'll know how good he is this season until he gets beat.
Well, that's an interesting one to keep an eye on then, you know, the lazy horse that you might still be able to eke a little bit of improvement more out. We've only got literally a minute or so more to talk about a couple of the other runners, but if we could touch on maybe Nightwish, Magic Artist, or even Calypso or Zazu, which one would you select out of those?
I'm a big fan of Magic Artist. I'm not sure if he's quite good enough to win this race, but 10 furlongs on decent ground is his exact trick. That's what he wants. If he's up to this standard, he'll show it tomorrow. I really, really like him. I thought he had a good chance in the Derby, but he didn't get home. So fingers crossed, over 10 furlongs, he'll be able to show how good he really is.
Okay, and looking in the future, of course, we've mentioned See the Moon most likely coming to try his hand at the Prix d'Arc de Triomphe. But how about other German raiders coming over to the UK this season?
Well, I mean, on Tuesday, you've got a horse of Peter Shergan's called Amarillo. It goes in the 7 furlong Group 2. I mean, last time out in England at Haydock, it finished out the back of the TV. Circumstances just did not go its way that day. It has won since at Hamburg in a Group 3. I think it's actually very decent. It'll be overpriced, and it's a horse that I'll be very much intending on having a bet on. I think he could quite easily make all.
Okay, well, keep an eye on that one then. Well, give us the answer to these 3 very short questions. Who's going to win the Group 1 at Munich? Who's going to win the King George? And who's going to win the Arc? 3 horses if you can.
I'll go Lucky Lion, Magician, and See the Moon, without a doubt.
In a treble, I'm sure you'll get fruitful odds. Thanks for joining us on the phone, Ryan, giving us a great insight to that German racing. Wish you all the best, and I'll keep my eyes peeled out for Lucky Lion in the Group 1 on Sunday.
Absolutely. If you want to know any more, go onto our website, www.germanracingreview.com. We've got lots of information on there, and we're also on Twitter, which is @GermanRacing, and then it's REV.
Brilliant. It's a lovely angle to have, and we'll speak to you soon, Ryan.
Absolutely. Thanks.